welcome back. Will Worsham joins us now for this week's Speaking Legal Discussion. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, glad to be here.
Can we just relax for once? Can we just relax, Kelly? Let's just chill with Will Worsham.
Okay, Will, make yourself comfortable.
I'm good.
I wish we could offer you something to drink.
You really should.
Do you think we should have like cocktail service during the show now?
Yeah, maybe we can work on
you're
that.
You're set up for it, really.
Sorry, I had to mimic Will because we were relaxing.
Yeah, and you guys were. Speaking of cocktails, we have a question for you.
That's a great segue, pal. That was good.
All right, here we go. Here's your question. So my son was pulled over for a DWI and asked to take a breath test. He did so, but people have told him he should have refused. Did he do something wrong by agreeing to take the test?
Okay.
Right.
No, you didn't do anything wrong by agreeing to take the test. So that that's the first thing. No, it's fine to take the test. In fact, if you refuse to take a breath test in Missouri, if the officer had reasonable suspicion to arrest you for driving while intoxicated, you can lose your will lose your license for a year. It's called a
refuse to take the test.
If you refuse to give a breath sample upon the lawful request of an officer,
right.
It's called implied consent. It's under the implied consent law, which basically says if you're driving on our roads, then we're giving you the privilege to do that. In exchange, you give us the right to determine if you're sober or not.
Okay.
And so if you then revoke that consent, that implied consent, then they say, well, then we're revoking your privilege to drive on the roads for
Well,
a year.
doesn't it feel like that if somebody doesn't want to do it, that usually that looks like they're guilty? I mean, if somebody's not guilty, then it's like, yeah, do that.
Innocent till proven guilty
That's
in America.
right, and this falls under the right not to incriminate yourself. It's a constitutional protection. Now, we've infringed on that with this because, in particular, Missouri's implied consent law says that if you do refuse to give a breath sample, that can be used as evidence against you in court.
Right.
Lost a pillow over there.
Oh, gosh.
no.
Goodness gracious. Thanks, Will. I'm going to hold it right here.
There you go.
I'm so riveted by you right now.
Now, in particular, in Greene and Christian counties right now, they've adopted a position called the no refusal county. You can still refuse to give a breath sample, and if you do that, the officer will actually electronically submit an application for a search warrant to obtain a sample of your blood, and they will then, if they get the search warrant from the judge, draw a blood sample.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
So just take the test. I mean, really.
Well, because of that, there's almost no reason to refuse. Now, I'm not going to go all the way and say that because there could be, because sometimes blood samples can be a little more accurate than breath samples, and you might prefer to have that blood sample. But the problem is with that, if your blood sample comes back over the legal limit, you're not only going to get a 1-year revocation for refusal, but alongside that, you're likely also to get a period of administrative suspension for driving with a blood alcohol content over the legal limit. So you can actually get hit double in that situation.
Wait, let me ask you this. You just said it was our constitutional right not to incriminate ourselves.
That's correct.
But yet, if you refuse and not incriminate yourself, they can still take away your license. They're penalizing you for infringing on your rights.
That's not considered to be a criminal sanction, removing your driving privilege.
Really?
Because in Missouri, your right to drive is not considered a right to drive. It's considered a privilege. That the state benevolently bestows upon you. And therefore, they have the right to take it away if they so choose.
Well, what are the reasons then? Okay, if you're innocent, if I'm driving down the road and I know I have not drunk.
That's what I'm saying. I would take it in a heartbeat.
What are the reasons not to take it then?
I think you should take it.
Okay.
I mean, if you know you're going to pass the test, by all means, take the test.
So in answer to the question, he definitely did the right thing.
I think he did
Well,
the
we
right
don't
thing.
know how it ended up for him, though.
Well, I assume if we got this far that probably it was over the limit.
Oh,
and
okay,
we probably
I gotcha.
got arrested.
What is the limit? Because I don't know.
0.08.
0.08.
0.08.
And this is just a real quick question.
Sure.
Is that going to be a different amount of alcohol for different people, obviously?
Oh, absolutely. Because it's a percentage of alcohol in your blood.
Right.
And so bigger people have more blood than smaller people.
Right.
True.
In addition to that, everybody's metabolism is different.
Whether you've eaten, whether you haven't, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and sometimes people take that a little too much to heart, because just because you've eaten something doesn't change the amount of alcohol that's ultimately going to wind up in your system. If there's food in your stomach, and we're talking about science, and I'm a lawyer, not a scientist, but the science will say that it'll take longer for the alcohol to absorb into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's not ultimately going to get there.
Right. Very good.
Wow, that's fascinating. I did not know it would full license for a year if you refused. That's good information, Will.
Yeah, you
Just
don't want
take
that.
the test.
You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Will.
If you have a legal question for Will, you can email him at wworsham@color10.com, and he'll answer your question on the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Great
Will.
to
Wait,
see
Will,
you.
let's end lounging. There we go.
Here, lounge.
Up
There you
next,
go.
it's Everything Apple with Database Springfield. Ozarks Live. We'll be right back.